Good morning, traders. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All right.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good to have everybody on board. Apologies for starting a little late. All right, so let's get started. So today's Wednesday, 17th of April, 2024. Please mute your device as you're joining us so that it don't cause distraction. Now, for fundamentals, we really don't have any tradable fundamental today. We already had the news by 7 a.m. just a few minutes ago, and that's the GBP CPI. That's before we started the analysis. And that's the only tradable news, because other ones, we have the 5 p.m. From the UK again. That's a Bank of England Governor Bailey will speak. By 7 p.m., the European Central Bank President Lagarde will give a speech. And by 10:30 p.m., much later in the night, the FOMC member Nesta will give a speech. So all these are not really tradable. So we're not looking at the fundamentals today. But now there are two sides to this. It could mean on one side that because there is no fundamental, we can have technical trades to go on their own without any interference from the fundamentals. That's a possibility. The other possibility also is like it's possible that there may be some slow movement, slow market movement, because we don't have any fundamental to push the market during the trading hours. Those are the two extremes that could happen. Either the technicals will go just on its own and move, or market becomes slow because of the lack of the fundamentals. So please take note of this so that you can prepare yourself for whatever happens in the market in the course of today. All right, so that being said, I'll flip over now to the technicals so that we'll look at what we'll have from a technical view. So from the technical angle, I have some trade setup rather, which I expect to mature in the course of today, all things being equal. These are purely technical setup. And the first I have is the AUDJPY. Now, this is AUDJPY on the 1 hour time frame. Let's pick it up from the daily, then flip from daily down to 1 hour. Now, we have a support level there. It's not really obvious on the daily, but it's obvious on the 4 hour. We have a valid support on the 4 hour. And if you go down to the 1 hour time frame, we can as well draw, excuse me, we can draw a trend line, that touches these 2 points. If I pick it up from here, it's okay. All right, it's good, it's valid. So we have the trend line touching several points. So that's valid. Now, this other side here is it's not perfect, but I can interpret this to be an inverse head and shoulder, which could lead to a bullish breakout. So in the course of today, I'll be watching to see if I can get a breakout, on this AUDJPY on the 1 hour. And there's a neckline here, which, is a minor resistance. So whenever price breaks out above the neckline and above the trend line, it will be a time to trigger a buy on the AUDJPY. And we can always use our Fibonacci tool, to set our take profit levels. So we could be looking at profits in the range of so Fibonacci 50 can give about 27 pips, Fibonacci 61.8 can give about 51 pips. That's if you set two trades. So I have a bullish outlook on the AUDJPY, for today. And the next I'll look at is the New Zealand USD. We mentioned this instrument, I think either yesterday or 2 days ago. Okay, I think it should be yesterday. yesterday afternoon. Yeah. So on the daily time frame, we have a valid support level right there. Price hit a valid support, and technically we're expecting a bullish, movement on this instrument. And if we go down to the 1 hour, you can still attribute what is happening currently to an inverse head and shoulder and a possible breakout. Now, not only that, we can still draw a valid trend line and a second one. So it's still a falling wedge likewise. We have a falling wedge, though price has broken out, of the falling wedge, trying to make its way up. And we have a valid neckline also. The neckline of the inverse head and shoulder can still be this zone. So we're waiting for price to break out above the neckline to trigger a buy on the New Zealand USD. So it's a bullish trade setup on this instrument, and you can always use our Fibonacci tool also, to look at the profit taking level. And so Fibonacci 50 can give about 53 pips, and Fibonacci 61.8 can give about 79 pips. So I have a bullish outlook again on the New Zealand USD. Now, both instruments I've given so far, they are intraday, so they are all 1 hour, signal. They are intraday signal. And the next is the DJ30. DJ30 is Dow Jones. It's the same thing as our US 30. It's the same instrument. We mentioned this also yesterday. On the daily time frame, we have price, hit a resistance, turned support, and we expect a bullish continuation on the daily time frame. So we'll flip down to 1 hour and we have a falling wedge, and we're expecting a breakout of price. Please let's mute our device so that we don't disturb class. So we're expecting a bullish breakout on the DJ30. Now, DJ30 is for those who trade indices. If you trade indices, you can trade this. And we can also use our Fibonacci tool also to gauge the profit taking level. If I look at entry at Fibonacci 23, the Fibonacci 50 can give as much as about 44 pips thereabout, and to 61.8 can give about 61, about 66 pips thereabout. So I'm bullish on DJ30. Next one I want to look at is Euro AUD. Now, for this particular instrument, on the daily time frame, we can clearly see that price, hits. Now, I'll be forced to block this person if this Mr. Peter Chooks. That's the last one I'm giving you. So we have price hit a resistance zone here. This is yesterday candle closing on that resistance zone. And if you come down to 1 hour, now on the 1 hour time frame, what I'm seeing here is a head and shoulder pattern. Now, the trend line is even an additional thing. The fact is that this is the neckline of this head and shoulder pattern. By 8 o'clock, let me say this clearly, by 8 o'clock, you can trigger a sell on this instrument, because by 8 o'clock, price will have broken. That's if price remains under this line like this, then you can trigger a sell on Euro AUD. At the next 1 hour candle, you can trigger a sell on Euro AUD, and you can look at profit level. You can take profit at Fibonacci 50 and 61.8, and that can give you as much as 48 pips and 78 pips. Let me check something. In fact, we may not wait till 8 o'clock. By 7:30, that's 4 minutes from now, we can flip down to the 30 minutes time frame and make an entry, on this instrument, because on the 30 minutes time frame, RSI is already below 50 mark, this below zero. So this we may not wait till 8 o'clock. But let's just keep watching. In the next 6 minutes, we just want to be sure that price, closes a new candle closes below this level before we trigger a sell. So in the next 4 minutes, I'll be back on this and we can take a sell on Euro AUD. Then I'll check a USD card. Now, all the setup I'm giving you, they are all intraday. All the swing, we've given them yesterday. We are still watching them. So we don't have any new swing setup yet. And I'll review the news yesterday, the CPI from Canada. I'll review that also before we close. All right, so for USD card, you can see that price, is trading in this resistance zone. Price is trading in this resistance zone. So if price cannot break this level up, then we expect a reversal. Technically, we expect a reversal, and I am actually looking more towards that reversal. So I'll come down to 1 hour and I can draw my trend line up and the second one right here. So I have a valid rising wedge, with price on a resistance on the daily time frame. So I'm expecting price to break out below the trend line. If Fibonacci 3.6 is my entry, so Fibonacci 50 can give me about 79 pips, and to Fibonacci 61.8 can give about 118 pips. Please don't miss this particular one on the on USD card. That's going to be a very sweet trade to take. So that's the fifth setup I'm giving us, all intraday. And we have the final one, which is New Zealand CHF. Now for New Zealand CHF, on the daily time frame, we can see that price hit a support level. And if you flip down to 1 hour time frame, it's not perfect, but this is, to me, going to form an inverse head and shoulder, which will lead to a bullish breakout. And I can still draw a trend line to further interpret the reversal. I have a falling wedge. So I'm expecting price to break out upwards. Just make sure that you wait for price to break the neckline at this point. And from there, we'll have a bullish, breakout. So I'm bullish again on the New Zealand CHF. All right, so that will be all from me this morning. These are all the setup I have, for us today. Let's use the Fibonacci tool. Using the Fibonacci tool, price breaks out above the neckline to Fibonacci 50 can give about 30 pips, to Fibonacci 61.8 can give about 49, 48 pips. So that's equally a very good trade setup that we can take advantage of. So I've given you about 6 trade setup today, 2, 4, 6, all on the 1 hour time frame. All right, so that'll be all from me. Now I can see people are dropping requests. I'll attend to them, but please take note, like I always say, the ones I gave as analysis, I would say they are the grade 1 trade setup because they have perfect setup. Any other one I'll be reviewing from any other person can be as good as a grade 2. I have more confidence in the one I've given because I took my time to analyze them and I can see trend on the higher time frame and possibly reversal pattern and all those things before on the lower time frame. So let's take note of that. Okay, so for those who are dropping USD JPY, okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Recap for us, for me, USD card, as you said, I couldn't get it.
You didn't get USD card.
Yes, sir.
For USD card, I said from the daily time frame. Let me go back to the daily. For the USD card, on the daily time frame, we have a resistance zone on the daily. And if you come over to the 1 hour time frame, we have a rising wedge. And we're expecting price to break out from that rising wedge pattern. So if price breaks out below this rising wedge, then we trigger a sell on USD card. And I said we can use our Fibonacci tool to look at the profit taking levels on this. So wherever the price breaks out, let's look at this minor support here on pips below it. The Fibonacci 50 can give as much as, over 90 pips, and to Fibonacci 1.6 can give over 100 pips. So I have a bearish outlook on the USD card.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Mm.
All right, so I was talking about the USJPY for attending to that person. So let's quickly flip to USDJPY, and I think GBP also, both of them. Now, this is USDJPY on the, let's go start from the daily time frame. Now, one thing is that I can't see any resistance level in view on this. I always like to have a high probability setup. I first want to see a resistance, which could give me the insight that price could fall, but I can't find that on this instrument. Now, that doesn't mean that it may not sell, but for me, it's not really guaranteed. So I won't really be proceeding on the analysis of this because it's not falling in line with my trade pattern. So I will just have to drop the USD JPY. Another person is asking about GBP USD. For GBP USD, okay, price actually hit a minor support level here yesterday. It's a key level. At previous time, it was a resistance. Let's investigate further what has happened around that zone. Okay, so it was a minor support level yesterday. At some time in the past too, it was a support. At some time in the past, it was a resistance. So it's a key level. So it's possible we can have a reversal from this current level on GBP USD. So if we flip down to the 1 hour time frame, you can see we already have a reversal candlestick pattern here, which is a bullish engulfing pattern. Let me just check something in a minute before we continue. Please, you can enter a sell on Euro AUD now. Sell Euro AUD now. I'll put it in the chat box also. Sell Euro AUD at current market price, TP1 and TP1 and TP2. All right, so TP1 will be 1.64 962. TP2 will be 1.64684. I didn't type the Euro AUD properly, so I'll delete it and write it in Euro AUD. All right. So you can take this trade call right now on Euro AUD. It's a head and shoulder pattern from the daily time frame. Let me just give me a second to post it also on some of the WhatsApp groups so that people who are not, in the class right now, probably be due to their job or other things, might take advantage of that trade. Okay, sorry, it seems the browser is hanging. Let's continue what we're doing. Come back to that. All right, so I think I was on GBP USD, so let's go back. I've dropped the signal on Euro AUD. So we can see a bullish engulfing candle here. The market is getting really, really ready for a bullish breakout. I can draw a trend line right here. And I can still go further to draw another one at the back to form a falling wedge pattern. Now, I can as well take this zone as a double bottom zone, which will lead to a bullish breakout. Now, don't enter a buy yet until price breaks the neckline region. It's very important. So I'll put the shape, the rectangle shape in that zone. So you only enter a buy when a new candle opens above this minor resistance zone, because that's a neckline zone. Don't say, oh, but it's a bullish candle, let me enter now. Please be calm. Be calm. Let the new candle open above this level. Then you can now trigger a buy afterwards. So it's a bullish setup on GBP USD. All right, so that's it for GBP USD. Let me check another one. Gold and GBP JPY. Okay. Just a second. Okay, so gold and GBP JPY. Now for gold, we've been a bit cautious all week long for gold because of the gold for now is a lot moved by the conflict or the war happening between Iran and Israel. But notwithstanding, on the 4-hour, I can see we have a valid resistance level here. And coming down to 1 hour, we might end up with what looks a lot like a double top and, a breakout. That's the possibility around gold for now. So this place here becomes the neckline. A second. right? So when you can take a sell, so this is what I'm expecting, a double top and a breakout. So if price breaks out below the neckline, then you can trigger a sell on gold. So I hold the bearish outlook on gold. And next is the GBP. Please let your stop loss be on by discretion. There's no hard and fast rule about that. That's for Euro AED. Somebody is asking about stop loss. Use by discretion. You can use discretion for your stop loss. Everybody's risk tolerance can be different sometimes. Now, next is the GBP-JPY. Now, GBP-JPY currently is trading around a resistance level on the daily time frame. Flip down to 1 hour. What I'm seeing currently is, all things being equal, if this ends up as a double top, as a head and shoulder, then we may see a bearish breakout. That is if it turns out like that, because currently what I'm seeing looks a lot like a head and a shoulder pattern, but we have to wait for that to happen. So if it ends up as a head and shoulder, then we're waiting for price to break out below the neckline to trigger itself. So whatever price breaks out below this neckline region, then you can trigger itself. That is all things being equal. That is if it eventually evolves into this, So I hold the bearish outlook on GBP JPY. Okay, US 100. No, but chicks, I've not mentioned US 100. I only talked about DJ30, not US 100. So you didn't miss. So NAS 100 now. Now, on the daily time frame, this instrument actually hit a resistance here, formed, let's call it a triple top pattern, and is expected to continue downwards from a technical angle. And we have the trend line right here, second trend line at the back, giving us a rising wedge. So we have a rising wedge, a resistance, a rising wedge, a triple top. Okay, so explained, we established that. Now let's look at further outlook on this instrument. Price already broke out below the minor support. And yesterday, price retested that support with this rejection candle. So this instrument might continue further today because there was a retest yesterday. So let's flip down to 1 hour. So what I would say is this for NAS 100. Take this zone as a minor support zone. I'm not having a trend line or anything like that, but take this zone as a minor support zone. Once you have a new candle open below this, trigger a sell on NAS 100. So that's my outlook, because from all I can see here, this is the retest, and this should be a continuation in the bearish direction. But let's take this all other place as a support zone for price. And I can see that price is ranging around it at the moment. Price is ranging, even the current candle is just testing it. So if once you have a new candle break below this level, you can trigger a sell on NAS 100. Okay, BTC, USD, and gold. and Euro CAD. I think that'll be all our thing now. So now, BTC, USD, gold, and Euro CAD. Sorry, I think there's a network problem. All those signal I dropped, even on the other groups, it looks like it's not dropping. Okay, let me refresh. Let me refresh the page. So, sorry. So I said I was looking at BTC USD, I think gold and Euro CAD. Let me confirm again. Yeah, BTC USD gold and Euro CAD. All right, so we start with BTC USD. Yeah, I remember on Monday we said that we have a support zone here, and you can see that price hit that support zone, and it's not breaking downwards, still trading, trying to for that support to act as a launch pad to go in the bullish direction. This is 1 hour. Currently, we have a range around this area. To be honest, currently I'm not really seeing anything tradable on this instrument for now. Okay, except for this. Now we have price ranging around this area, price touching it multiple times. Now, if this range holds, then the most likely thing is that price may drop. I'm on 15 minutes time frame now. Price may drop downwards from here. So what I can do is I can draw a trend line up there. That's the first warning. We have a minor support zone here also. So the person that is asking about BTC USD, I think we should just ignore this trend line. It's not trending anything there. Now, what I will advise is this. You can see we have a resistance zone up, a support zone. So price is ranging. This is a range. Price is bound within a range on the 15 minutes time frame. If price breaks out below this current support zone, you can trigger a sell on BTC USD. And you can target the first support level as your take profit level. And that is at 62,628. So entry can be anything. Now, I'm not giving this as a perfect entry because I don't know what candle level price will enter. But let's just say your entry is around 63,415. You can write it down to 62,000. And if you are opening to trades, but please open to trades with a lot of caution. It's not a must. You can still write down to the next support level at 61,000 if the volatility is strong enough to push price to that level. So that's just my outlook. I would say a bearish outlook on BTC USD. And the next one is, I think, gold. Yeah, gold and Euro CAD. Okay, we're already attending to gold now. I'm attending to gold. So I think that is sorted out. So Euro CAD is the next one. Okay, Euro CAD from the news, even from not just from the news alone, from the weekly outlook. That's why you should always use that weekly outlook. I already gave a bullish forecast of Eurocard from Monday morning when I dropped the okay, I think I dropped the weekly out yesterday morning, but I designed it on Monday. Yeah, I said it was going to go bullish. CPI came and pushed it bullish. For me, I'm not seeing any trade on this again for now. It has done what I expected it to do. Price already hit Fibonacci. Let's check again. I think it hit Fibonacci, three Fibonacci levels up to Fibonacci 78.6. It has done its course. So I'm not seeing any signal on this one for now. No signal. If you missed it, well, that's too bad. Wait for another trading opportunity. So there's nothing to say on the Euro card. All right, so that'll be all from my end this morning. I said I was going to do a recap of the CPI yesterday. So let's just look at that in a minute, and we'll end the money analysis session for today. Sorry, just give me some seconds. I'm trying to drop. I don't know why this signal is not dropping on the WhatsApp. It looks like this system is, it may not even be my system, I don't know why it's not just kind of hanging. I'll resolve that later. I'll resolve it later. All right. So yes, I said I will do a review on the CPI. So let's go back to Forex Factory. That's a Euro AED signal again in the comment section in the chat box under your comments. So you can have it there. I just dropped it again. So yesterday, I'm on Forex Factory now. Yesterday, we had the CPI from Canada, 1:30 p.m. And I said I held a bearish outlook on the outcome. Even before it happened, I said that was my view. Why did I, or how did I come about that? Because on the technical side, that's what I saw. I remember telling you that I was seeing CAD JPY having the possibility of a double top. And I said Euro CAD was forming an inverse head and shoulder. And the same thing, GBP CAD was forming an inverse head and shoulder. So if the news comes out not to favor CAD, the CAD JPY will sell, Euro CAD will buy, and GBP CAD will also buy. And that was exactly what happened. You can see everything came out all red. The news came out not to favor the CAD, and all of them, happened to be red, meaning that the actual came out less than forecast. And with that, we saw that CAD JPY, went bearish. So let's go back to the screen. So the MetaTrader 4, I mean. So CAD JPY, went bearish. Trying to find my CAD JPY now. All right, so CAD JPY went bearish. As I yesterday, before the news, I said it that on the daily time frame, the CAD JPY was on a resistance level. I even said on a big picture, I'm expecting this to form possibly a head and shoulder, but that's on the big picture, not really in the middle. But it just tells us that we could have a potential bearish movement. And on 1 hour, I said that I was seeing this like a double top, which will lead to a bearish breakout. And I specifically said that you can make your entry when price breaks below the neckline at this region. And that was exactly what happened. Price came out the news came out not to favor CAD and price broke out. If I use my Fibonacci tool, now I love using my Fibonacci tool a lot because it saves me the stress of trying to do some calculation when it comes to setting take profit. For me, my Fibonacci tool is a good tool that tells me the take profit level. So if I had opened 2 trades on this, my take profit, one will have been on Fibonacci 50, and that will have been something in the range of like 15 pips. And Fibonacci 2 will have been, second Fibonacci level will have been 61.8, and that will have been about 33 pips. So 15 plus 31, 33, that should give me something like 48 pips, which is not bad. Now, 48 pips on 0.01 lot will be $4.08, which is just around 5,000 naira. On 0.1 lot will be 44, sorry, did I say 33 plus, 33 plus 15. Yeah, that's 48. Yeah. On 0.1 lot, that'll be $48, which is about 49,000 naira now with the current exchange rate, which is still not a bad trade. And on one standard lot will have been $480, which will be as much as about 480 or 490,000 naira, depending. Now, all this depends on your account size, so you don't just wish, oh, I wish it was a 480 and you are trading with $200. It can't be. So please, if you want such kind of big, return, then you need to also have a reasonable trading capital, to trade that. At least, something in the range of like, if you want to trade on one standard lot, that means you have as much as up to like about $10,000 on the average to trade that. So the bigger the capital, the more the profit you make on a trade. So that's it on the CAD JPY. And for the Euro CAD, I said I was already bullish, as in I had a bullish outlook. In fact, what is amazing about this Euro CAD is that this one was from the weekly outlook, even before the news. Even before the news, this outlook has been there, that we were looking at an inverse head and shoulder and a possible bullish breakout on Euro CAD. So when the news came out, and what I mean before the news, I mean this is from the weekly outlook, before we even started talking about whether there's going to be CPI or not. So that tells you that one of the assets you have is that weekly outlook. It will guide you to know what to trade for the week. Many times this is what happens. I drop the outlooks most times on Monday, and you will see news come out on Wednesday, and it will go in line with that outlook. So please don't always miss using that outlook. It will save you a lot of stress in trading. All you need to do is to trade in line with what the outlook is saying. That's all. And you make your profit. So again, for this one, the news came out, not favoring the CAD, and Euro CAD went massively bullish, eating Fibonacci 50, 61.8, and I think it came very close to that of 78.6. I dropped the reports in the WhatsApp group yesterday. You can check it. I think I dropped in all the groups. So you see the profit levels there, and it really was quite massive. And finally, we have the GBP CAD. And these are 3 instruments I mentioned when I was doing the analysis in the afternoon yesterday. Now for GBP CAD, it's the same bullish breakout, And I remember for this GBP CAD, for those who are on the platform on Monday, I actually told them that we were having, an inverse head and shoulder. I even said it on Monday, for those who are here on Monday, that you can make an entry because we have a rejection candle here. I told them to enter a buy immediately, that it will go up. And the movement finally, for those who entered that time, you know that what I said is true. So all the Fibonacci levels, were hit. Fibonacci, all the Fibonacci levels. I don't want to go into all details now. So when you want to trade things, the first thing is to know what is the sentiment of the market technically, and you position yourself in line with that. And with this, I tell you, your winning rate will be high. Yes, it's possible in some instances that it may not work exactly like that, but most of the time it does work. So if you have a higher chances of it going that way, then that should just be the way to go to make a lot of profit in the market. All right, so that'll be all from me for this morning. Please trade safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, sir.